Hello everyone, and welcome to the Michigan International Speedway. Now, if you were here last night, the game crashed on me twice, so hopefully third time is the charm, and we can get a full 60 laps in of racing here at the 2-mile oval. The Mopar Michigan 500 has a field of 40 cars, but a couple new drivers in the grid. We'll take a look at all the scoring lines as we go down our field of 40. On pole, the 39 of Austin Delgado, who's had a hot streak recently. Strong runs at Martinsville, Phoenix, and Ontario, but however has not been able to get a win. He get there today to his outside. It's arguably a hometown hero, Logan Cloud. He is from not too far from here. Frames should be back now. Sorry about that. We're back. Alright. So we're just going to start from the front where we were. Austin Delgado, your pole hitter. He's had a couple good races recently. See if he can translate that success into his first win. Then we got Logan Cloud in second at his home track, trying to get his first ever NR 2003 win. Row 2, we have James Busher, Logan Bradley. Now, Brandon Morris, he's moving to Cloud9 Autosport next season as we are in the middle of free agency. A lot of drivers have been signed, but a couple are still left. So for a couple team owners, they still need some full-time locked-in spots filled for next season. But Brandon Morris will be leaving JJ Motorsports at the end of the season and going to Cloud9. Outside is his teammate Brady Burkhardt, who is staying at JJ's team. Then we have Tim Foster and Cody Smart replacing the injured Ryan Priest for the rest of the year. Smart currently does not have a ride lined up for next season, but hopefully if he can't get a full-time locked-in one, he will stay full-time, just not locked into the field every week. Then we have Eli Bright, the Qualcomm Series driver, subbing in for Matthew Eves, and Skylar Dixon, who is inside. Julio Caesar and Taylor Fry. Then we have Jacob Rose, who is taking his team. He's coming together with Logan Bradley, and they're going to Dodge. They have a third driver who, I believe they signed TJ Smith to their third Dodge. I'm not positive. I'm forgetting I'm a bad owner, but Eric Darnell, who's outside. Then we have Savage and Shearer, two that had a hard crash at Phoenix, basically starting the big one. Gabriel Durant, and probably the biggest free agent signing so far, Patrick Smith, your points leader by about 125 points, is going to Toyota. He's going to JJ Motorsports with Jake Jefferson and Brady Burkhardt. That is a huge signing for that team. We have Trey Fisher, Robbie Webb, Preston Emmons, who's opening up a second car for Jake Galloway, Jari-Matti Haapalainen, Zachary Fitzwater and Austin Terrio, two winners this season, Nick Bergwald, Matthew Town, Austin Murray, who is currently not a free agent, but will most likely be going full-time next season, albeit not in a locked-in ride. Dane Cruz, last week's winner, was outside. Then Nathan Ormond in a one-race deal for Team Vegas. He's still searching in free agency for a seat, but this is just a one-race deal for Team Vegas, as Noah Robb sat out. Michigan here, as Dragos King was inside. Then Dominic Carlone and Zachary Bilton, who's taking Power Tool Racing to 3 cars, signing Eli Bright. Hopefully Matthew Eves is back by next season for that regular ride. And wait, MC, I know you're in chat, and I know my fourth wall breaks, but Patrick is leading the Cup Series points by 125. Yeah, but Zachary taking his team to Mazda next season with Eli Bright and Matthew Eves. Then Nick Perez and Hector Carneras, two Hills Racing teammates, and there's Antoine Smith, who's coming back to Cloud9, and Jake Jefferson's going to be coming from the back. Then it's Noah Breeze, TJ Hanley, Danica Matthew, Dylan Jacobs in the back of the field. Let's get the command for the start. 60 laps from Michigan. The Mopar Michigan 500 will be going green shortly.
Drivers, start your engines.
Cars roar to life on the back straightaway. Now we'll have to navigate the 2-mile oval Very similar to Texas World, and similar to Texas World, we're going to see that style of racing, more of that packing effect all across the, the packing effect across this field. But on the apron, the 27 of Jari Hapalainen, that is Jari Matti, have an issue on his Mazda because he's not going to take the green. He's going to have to bring it down. The heartbreak for the 27 rival of Logan Cloud, but nonetheless, the green's out, even though 39 cars will take it. And off to a big start on the inside, Cody Smart. An aggressive dive underneath the two fellow Toyotas of Morris and Burkhart, 4 wide back here almost. Eli Bright. So some of these first timers in the Cup really getting all shuffled around here. Luckily, they've kept it off each other so far, but looking at the front of the field, looks like Logan Bradley might have gotten a piece of the wall. Or was that Brady Burkhart? Because Burkhart now shuffled 3 wide. Is he going to be dropping back now? Does he have damage to the side of his zero? We will see, but now 3 abreast throughout this pack. We're going to look back to the front. Logan Bradley, a big run here on Logan Cloud. The 2 Logans funning it out the front of the field. Side by side, this pack is still close all over the place into turn 1. They're luckily keeping off each other. This is going to get close here. Trey Fisher pushing Robbie Webb down, and there's Hapalainen coming back onto the track here on lap number 2. Not going to do him any good off the pace, but maybe he can bring it back up to speed. But these guys are running all over here early on, taking some risks, which is very surprising because you saw a couple heavy crashes at Talladega. But Cody Smart really putting the pressure on early to some of these experienced guys like Charlotte winner James Buescher. Smart's into the top 5. He's going for 4th on Buescher, but he's going to back off into 1. Trying not to waste his time. And seeing maybe if one of the Qualcomm guys doesn't want to run full-time in the Cup Series locked in, Smart is second in line to take that spot. So Smart's proving why he deserves that spot as he's running right up in the top 10. But Eli Bright as well, confirmed to be running Power Tool Racing full-time next year. The number 99. He's proven it as well as he's just outside the top 10. Patrick Smith up there is flashing. Uh-oh. Green light's back on, so we should be good on the stream. Are we back? I'm just gonna be waiting for chat. See, because I restarted, should I just restart the entire race? That's the question I have for you guys. Do we restart or not, chat? You're gonna have to decide this. I mean, we're only on lap 7. It wouldn't do that much damage. I mean, I think we probably should since it restarted the whole stream. Plus, those, like, first couple laps would have just been affected. Restart? Alright, we're gonna restart. You guys decided to. Get back situated here. But yeah, this is your starting lineup. Delgado, Cloud, Buescher, Bradley, Morris, Burkhart, Smart, Foster, Dixon, Bright, your top 10. Everybody's back there. I'll leave that up for a minute while I accelerate. And we're going to be rolling off here. Guys are going to miss the storylines, but I've said it like 5 times. If you really need to know, almost everybody that watches it is in the Discord, so you could talk to me there. Here is 29th through 40th. I haven't seen that. And it's going to be 60 laps of racing. Michigan has been cursing me these last 2 days, but hopefully it will keep off of me for longer. His car pulls down. Happalainen. Does anybody have issues this time? Looks like everyone is going to be on the track for the start this time. Green flag. Burkhart jumped out of line here, but Foster tried to go with him. Here comes Bright, but here comes Savage. A big move. They're going to go 4 wide into 1 to start. Really rubbing there. Jacob Rose. How did Jacob Rose make it through there? Don't know, nor will anyone. Now, clouds up high, Busher down low, Delgado beginning to pull away, but the Mopar Michigan 500 is back at it, folks. 3 wide, Logan Bradley trying to get underneath. Busher and Cloud doesn't do it, he backs out. That's the smart thing to do, but now Foster being chased up the track by Julio Caesar. I think these guys are actually outside of the top 10. It's just a whole mass of cars, and Cody Smart, once again, still coming back on the inside, and that's 66, trying to get up here into the top 5, which he will. Not quite, as he hasn't cleared him yet. But yeah, I do not know how they did not reckon a 1 there on the opening lap. Just sheer luck. That's what I'd have counted too. But here comes Morris. Smart actually blocks Brandon Morris into the corner. And now these two are going to work together to get by Logan Bradley up high. But now James Busher is going to lead the attack on Austin Delgado for the race lead. Logan Cloud, the hometown hero, is 3rd, and Smart 4th, and that's a whole handful of cars. Bradley, Morris, Bright, Dixon, and then 3 wide back here with points leader Patrick Smith kind of leading this large pack, but some new drivers in the field today. The 09 is now Eli Bright after Eves was injured. The 66 is now Smart after Priest was injured. The 5 for 1 race, Michigan only, is Nathan Ormond. Noah Robb decided to sit it out. And the 34 is Austin Murray until Teddy Curry comes back, likely before the Chicago Cup. Now up to the front, Cloud has chased down that 31 of James Busher, but they're running fast here. Only 4 laps into this, and it's already 194 miles an hour the average speed, so they run around this 2-mile oval quick. Morris going to have his hands full with an attack by Bradley. Now, Logan Bradley, that Coca-Cola Exalta 81, trying to work underneath Morris. Can't do it. Dixon actually slides up high. Eli Bright trying to get up to his inside. Cloud and Busher beginning to close on Delgado with a huge run for Cody Smart. The draft is all important here. If you see guys running like this too wide, gonna have a lot of cars suck right up into that draft, because the slipstream is ever important here. Here comes Darnell underneath Patrick Smith. Now, I mentioned it in the previous attempt, but Patrick Smith will be going to JJ Motorsports next year, and Brandon Morris will be going to Cloud 9. So those are 2 big signings by Jake Jefferson and Logan Cloud respectively. But now Busher has caught Delgado. Here's a race lead move for the 31, the Hitachi Camaro, underneath the Target Camaro of Austin Delgado, side by side for the race lead. 2 associate sponsors, Pennzoil and Mobil 1, battle it out the front. Now Cloud, you see what the draft does. Now the top 5 all together. Cloud went high with Delgado, Smart to the inside, and Morris to the inside as well. Now Bradley and Bright, a 2-car tango, drafting up to the leaders. It's now a big group of cars here up at the front. Now Bright moves underneath Bradley. 2 by 2 behind now race leader James Busher. Smart and Morris really push the high side up into the corner, trying to kill momentum, but they just can't do it. They're evenly matched through the corners, and now the pack really beginning to form behind him, as here comes Dixon drafting up. Here comes Patrick Smith drafting up. But it's a whole group of manufacturers up here. You got the Camaros out front, the Toyota Camrys. the Dodge Darts, the Ford Fusions, and the Mazdas. But James Buescher now opening up to a substantial lead with all these guys battling up in side by side the draft right behind him. But Eli Bright and Cody Smart, the two injury replacement subs, battling it out here at the front. So Power Tool Racing already has Eli Bright locked up, and Smart currently wasn't in the run for a full-time locked-in ride, but if he wins, he very well could be gifted a spot. But now, Delgado putting the pressure back on Buescher, just like Buescher did about a lap or two ago. Side by side at the front once again. Delgado couldn't get there. Now he just has to battle off Cody Smart, who's trying to put it around the outside in that 66. Let's take a look at the speed on the top of your screen. Almost 190 off the corners. That just shows how fast they're going. How quick are they down the back stretch? 207 they hit just as they let off for the corners. So, high speed, high stakes racing here at Michigan. No safer barriers as well, but Michigan is looking into them for the outside of the corners, as most tracks are as well. But now, Delgado back underneath Buescher. Will he have the momentum this time? It looks like he does, but Buescher coming back on the high side. The leaders behind them going to give Delgado the momentum. Morris and Cloud synchronizingly jumping out. These two are going to be teammates next season, so almost a perfect move by these two to work together here early on and try and get to 1-2 in the lead. But although they're close, they just can't do nothing. The 55 seems underpowered. Is Jay Jefferson not giving Morris the good equipment? As now Cloud trying to force him 3 wide for the thirds position. Oh, man, Smart pushed Morris down in front of Cloud. So Smart obviously playing the manufacturer game, as Morris still drives a Toyota. Smart does as well, but Toyota's actually running strong up here as, oh, one of them's into the wall. One of the two rookies on the high side, either Smart or Bright, got into the wall. I think it was Eli Bright. He might have a little bit of damage, and now Bright an aggressive move underneath Smart. These guys trying to prove that they deserve seats next season. Bright already has one. Smart does not. I'm going to say that a lot. Oh, man. Very close between these two, Patrick Smith and Jacob Rose. That could have gotten very nasty, but out front, Austin Delgado leads. James Buescher second. Brandon Morris now going for second place. He was third, but into the corner. Backs off, trying not to run it early, but we're about halfway into the run. Stream's not that I have not dropped a single frame so far on this attempt. That's all it needed, a quick refresh like I suspected. But we're about halfway, maybe even over halfway into this run, because I think the max amount of laps you can run is 24 on a fuel cycle, so it will be 2 stops. Now Morris and Cloud tandeming out once again, trying to get by James Buescher down the back. But Cloud doesn't know where to go as Buescher snags the wall. Cloud goes high, but Buescher appears to be damage-free. So yes, lap 21 is about the first lap we should see guys coming down. 24, 25 at the most. But now here comes James Buescher. Fighting back on Delgado. Closed up in the middle of the corner. Can't do anything there. Morris in the third. Cloud fourth. Eli Bright in fifth. Then it's Darnell. Patrick Smith. Yes, that's Patrick Smith. Cody Smart, Skylar Dixon, and Jacob Rose in the 10th. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater from some of the lower end of the field. He's coming up here in his number 59. He wanted a big track in Ontario. Maybe. I honestly forget where he was at Talladega, but now he's up here once again trying to get into the top 10. The front, it's still a single file line throughout the entire top 10. We're going to watch the battling in the mid-pack here as we kind of go through the field here, taking a look at where everybody else is. Some of these guys off the pace like Nick Bergwell, Noah Breeze back here. Antoine Smith, Jay Jefferson, they've been unable to move up as they're going to go 3 wide. Carneros making an aggressive dive underneath Happalainen and Jefferson. Nathan Ormond, the sub for a one-race deal, not doing much. Here in the back, Zachary Bilson as well back here. My eyes are just deceiving me there. That's my bad. Almost called those guys nearly about to be lapped, but I don't know what that was, but I'm going to go silent for a lap as here comes Eli Bright. We're going to watch the field here from the spectator cam here at Michigan for a lap or two as pit stops are rapidly approaching in the Mopar Michigan 500. We should be back. We should be back. The green light's back on, but I really apologize for the lag, but we're back. Then that will be the end of my commentary free break here from the action. But now we've seen some position changes up the front as pit stops are coming up. It's now Austin Delgado still leading, but Logan Cloud's up to second. He's got a big head of steam. Is Logan Cloud, the hometown boy, trying to get the race lead? No, he can't do it. Brandon Morris up into third as Busher falls to fourth. Eli Bright still fifth, but now Cloud trying to do it off of four this time. I really apologize once again for the internet acting up, but whatever is, we're just going to have to make do with it. Brandon Morris now getting up to the lead three as now Busher pushed up high. Darnell pushed up high as well. Darnell can't pick a lane. Nearly got turned across the nose of the 0-1. Luckily, Smith was farther back. Now Cloud down the back straightaway once again. Can he do it this time? Delgado clips the wall on entry. Is that going to hurt the 39? Very minor damage. Very, very minor damage. That shouldn't affect him at all. Just a very, very slight tap, tap, tap of the wall there. Now, Brandon Morris, a big run. He's going to try and make it 3 wide for the race lead as it's lap 20 of 60 here in the Mopar Michigan 500. Close into the corner. Who's going to have the advantage? Delgado up the track into the gray. He backs off. And now Morris uses the muscle underneath Logan Cloud to take the race lead. But Cloud still fighting on the outside. Can James Busher get a push? Trying to make it 3 wide. Into 3. Busher thought about it. He backs off. Now the racing is getting hectic at the front. Morris trying to get the run on the outside. Cloud, can he do it on the high side? Here comes Busher, but here comes Patrick Smith. Are they going to try and go 4 wide for the race lead? No, they split up a little bit. Busher actually backs off, holds up right on the high side. It's 3 wide for the lead. Once again, Patrick Smith, the points leader, trying to advance his 125 points lead. He's going to take it here on lap 21, and pit stops are coming up. But with all these guys in a pack, I'm not liking this. If guys try to come down at the wrong time. Now Darnell trying to get by some of them. Cloud trying to come down to pit road. That was nearly a wreck. Cloud just door slammed Brandon Morris trying to come into the pits. That could have been very, very bad. But somehow they're going to come down safe and sound. Everybody. 3 wide once again. We're going to see more issues. We're just going to have to wait and see. But strategy calls could throw a bunch of guys off, but Smith now off to a half-second lead over Eric Darnell, Eli Bright in third, James Busher, Skylar Dixon, the rest of your top 5. But Morris, that did not go his way. He is all the way down to about 8th on track it was. But now a whole slew of cars coming in. Not many staying out as well. But it looks like 4 tires and fuel for everybody. Yellow's out. It's Logan Bradley. Bradley has damage, and we're going to see a caution in the middle of a pit cycle, which means we might see a lot of the field stuck a lap down. And that's going to be heartbreak for some as issues getting off of pit road. It's Logan Cloud. Logan Cloud just got spun coming off of pit road. Luckily, no one else was on track to hit him. Thank goodness for that. Nearly saw another Talladega, but that is heartbreak for the driver of the 94. As looks like Brandon Morris was going to be the race leader, but now he's going to turn it down pit road. Cody Smart, these guys racing through. I don't know where anybody is going to be off of this. We got guys coming 3 wide off pit road. James Busher. Busher having a terrible stop. He's dropped a ton. Delgado as well. These two just dropped a lot here in the standings coming off of pit road as the 24 nearly dumps the 18. But, ooh, the 12 and the 27 in the grass. Now the rest of the guys come down. This is absolute chaos. We're going to see what brought the caution out for Logan Bradley here. Why he has a bunch of damage to his 81. He's going to get up in the gray coming off a 2. And down the back. Seems all fine. It must have happened in turn 3. Just gonna watch and see what happens. Oh, he tried to come into pit road. Tried to turn across the nose of the 20. Yeah, Bradley gets set hard into the outside. We're gonna go back and watch his. I don't know if we should watch his on board because that crashed the game before. But we're at a different Michigan. I'm risking it. On board the 42 as he avoids this wreck. Ooh. Super close. Look out. Oh, wow. What are these guys doing in the middle of the field? Everybody just trying to get into order. Oh, it's not going to work. Cody Smart and Danica Matthew get together under the yellow. But a lot of chaos and confusion under the caution here at Michigan. Cloud is back down pit road. So obviously his tires had been flat spotted. That is no good for the 94 as a very, very tough break for the driver of the Rite Aid Dodge here at his home track. Brings it on in. I think they just had to get the once-over for the damage on the 94. No? Is Terrio coming down? I don't know what's going on in this race, to be honest. But we need to take a look back and see what happened to Logan Cloud as he came off of pit road. Who got into the back of the 94 during his stop? It was Cody Smart trying to get a spot in line. Turn the 94 right up the track. So that is where Cloud got spun. Luckily, he didn't hit anything. That's how it's going to sit. But we still have more guys on pit road for whatever reason. But Nick Bergwald is on the tail end of the lead lap. So he and Terrio must have been on the tail end of the lead lap. No, Terrio's actually a lap down. But Nick Bergwald, because of where the cautions fell and how he took the caution, I believe, and just cautions coming out in pit cycles just really screw everything up. But Bergwald's on the tail end of the lead lap. And now points leader Patrick Smith is your race leader. Here on lap 25, Mopar Michigan 500, we're going to go through the field here under yellow. See where you or your favorite driver are running. So Patrick Smith, the points leader, going to JJ Motorsports next season. At 0-1, can he get his second win of the season and show that he is the prime contender for the championship? Austin Murray replacing Teddy Kari and Sam Picard in that 34. He only has a couple races in that Mazda, but he's going to show him all his worth. Trying to get a full-time non-locked-in ride for next season, and if he wins this, he might get a locked-in one. We will have to see. Eli Bright replacing Matthew Eves for a bulk of the season. In that 0-9 after Eves had that horror crash at Dega. Eves was injured twice this season, and Bright now pulling double duty in the Cup Series and trying to run for the championship in Qualcomm. Bright in that 0-9 is going to try and pull a miracle off get a win for Power Tool Racing, his full-time team next season. Then Eric Darnell, he's a real-life driver. He's not coming back next season. There's Austin Terrio, his teammate, who's a lap down. In points is 9th. Julio Caesar in 10th. That's a good run for the 4-car. Dominic Carlone having a good, strong, quiet point season. James Busher, Dane Cruz, Taylor Fry, Danica Matthew. Hopefully his damage getting into the back of Smart didn't hurt him. Flash by of everybody else, but a lot of the front runners back here. There's Logan Cloud back to 33rd. Maybe a caution will come out and benefit him this time. But Patrick Smith, the race leader. Austin Murray trying to break the 34 curse in 2nd. They've got basically 2 lap down cars in front of them. Nick Bergwald and Austin Terrio, 2 guys in the top 5 of the points. Going to hurt them today. Lights are out on the pace car. Lap 27, we're going back to green in the Mopar Michigan 500. The highest running Dodge is 7th. Green flag back out at Michigan. Cars go all over. Murray goes high. Bright down low. Now, Smith trying to go up the middle of the lappers. He do it. Because three wide times 2 here at the front. Hanley and Rose a big run. But now, Smith stuck in the middle again. Here comes Eric Darnell. Pushing up on the inside with TJ Hanley helping him. Jacob Rose working underneath Eli Bright, but is Eli going to have a spot on the inside? He will. Rose can't get there, but now Darnell to the race lead on the inside of the 0-1. Hanley really needs this race to keep his top 10 point spot. This really is helping the 0-8, who's had a lot of good luck this season. Now, Darnell tandeming out with his teammate Terrio, who's technically on the lead lap now, but albeit dead last. Wait, 39th? Someone out? No, Bergwald's just a lap down because he's fallen back. Now, here comes King and Delgado working together on the inside. Now, here comes Patrick Smith for the race lead underneath Darnell. He used the draft to his advantage, and now the Canadian Patrick Smith in the 0-1 trying to get his 2nd win of the season. And he do it. He's going to have the Mazda of TJ Hanley behind him. No! Going to be Toyota Mazda, Mazda Toyota. So the 2 Japanese manufacturers battling up at the front. Now the Dodge of Drago's King in the 5th, trying to get up in the race lead fight. Nick Bergwald, although he's a lap down, he's still up to speed. And Urban Stewart Motorsports has 2 of their cars having good days, as Delgado is 7th and Dylan Jacobs 9th. But now Darnell able to hold the lead. Patrick Smith still 2nd, and now Delgado trying to go 3 wide on King and Hanley. Hanley way up into the gray. Here comes Eli Bright and Nick Bergwald, who's just trying to ride around at the front, gain experience, basically. But here, Terrio's trying to keep himself on the lead lap from his teammate in the 14 of Eric Darnell. As we're going to go to the halfway mark of the Mopar Michigan 500. Jacob Rose in the 2nd. I'm going to go silent for a bit. You're going to watch from the spectator camera here at Michigan. Full house here at the Irish Hills. Now as we go back to the regular feed, Eric Darnell trying to finally get by his teammate, who will be put to the lap car status. But I want to just mention once again, Eli Bright hanging out in 6th, just biding his time and running at the front, gaining valuable experience. Is Eli going to be the one trying to get Rookie of the Year next season? As up high, Patrick Smith got forced out by Jacob Rose, and now is going to be held up by Terrio. They're on the high side, but can he drop the lap car trying to get together? As now Nick Bergwald, the lap car, trying to take his teammate 3 wide. Delgado, yes, Delgado stuck in the middle. Man, those cars get close. They're coming in. Man, and Bergwald nearly stuck a nose underneath the 35 of King. That would have been a wreck. But now, the back half of the top 10 is kind of off. Now, Cruz kind of running by himself. Duran, she does not have a top 10 this season. Only one of 2 drivers to not have one. She's in 10th. Caesar has 1 top 10. He's 11th. So a good run for some of the back markers. And then the previous 2 winners, Cruz and Fitzwater, up here contending as well. Preston Evans having a good day compared to what he has had in the past. He's up here in 14th. And Austin Murray just hanging out in 15th. Then we have Brandon Morris fighting his way back up through the field in 21st, albeit. There's Nathan Ormond. He's in 20th at that time by at the line. He's doing an alright, respectable job for his first Cup race, but not doing as good as Eli Bright or Austin Murray have been doing. Brady Burkhart back here. Happelainen and Logan Cloud not doing much. 37th now, just trying to ride it around as his spirit absolutely broken inside that car. And Cody Smart, Logan Bradley, these two able to hold up to stay up to speed even with damage. Smart in his first race just got caught up by bad luck, and Bradley got absolutely dumped. Now Darnell leads, Dragos King into 2nd, Patrick Smith 3rd, and this front group kind of falling off as now a big pack forming behind them. The cycle continues as now Hanley being forced 3 wide. Hanley's falling out of the top 10. So heartbreak for the 08. He's going to really hurt him. As now the 2 previous race winners, Cruz and Fitzwater, don't seem to be in a rush to repeat. As now Terrio taking 2 lead lap cars 3 wide on the inside. That's a move that's not going to turn too much heads. Good thing all real-life drivers are going to be taken out after this season, at least in the Cup Series. Now, Dragos King, Loaf Racing, they won the previous race. Dodge has won the last 2 races in a row. Now, the Mopar Michigan 500, what can they do? As he blocked a run by Patrick Smith, and now a Mopar engine vehicle will lead the Dodge Dart back out in front at Michigan. Dragos King will lead lap number 37. Nick Bergwald again taking his teammate 3 wide, a lap car trying to run up here, just gain experience as Delgado really muscled Darnell that time by. Now, Smith underneath King, but he doesn't have the run. King still leads it. Now the front runner single file once again. Hopefully that means that they will be calm come pit stops time, but Dane Cruz really falling out. Could fall out of the top 20 this time by as guys here running 3 and 4 wide, just running beautifully in these packs with all these beautifully painted schemes. Now at the front, Delgado trying to steal 2nd on the 0-1 of Patrick Smith. Did the 39 get the wall once again? He very well could have. He's done that a couple times today. Fast lap of the race goes to Patrick Smith as almost all these guys running sub 36s. Gonna have to go back to the top 25 is basically all sub 36s. What's the margin? Not that much. 6 100ths of a second back is Jay Jefferson to Patrick Smith, but those 2 are going to be teammates next season, like we mentioned. Is now Dragos King out to a considerable lead as these guys running all over the place. 3 wide once again at the pack. This could be drama come pit time. Yes, it should only be a lap or 2 away. I don't expect them coming down this time by as we had the caution. And if they come down this time by, they might not be good to the end. But guys running all over. And girls, I should say. It's around the only female in the field. However, with her poor performance so far this season and poor activity, she will not be back next year. Smith and Emmett nearly door slammed. Smith's unhappy because he's fallen out to 5th. And now, Dragos King, if he gets a good pit stop, I should say, he might have this race won for Loaf Racing. Now Delgado finally trying to get by his teammate Nick Bergwald. Can't do it. Who's going to come down? Who's going to come down? We're going to see Delgado running low. No takers this time. By next lap, will we see him? Going to have to wait. Austin Murray back into the top 10. He's trying to be the quickest driver who's an injury sub so far this season. Now, oh, Caesar and Smith nearly come together up high. They're going to keep it off one another. And now the lap car, Nick Bergwald trying to unlap himself before pit stops on that 35. Now the back story on lap 42 of the Mopar Michigan 500. Gonna see pit stops coming soon. We got guys running low. Gonna watch here in the pack. Do we have any takers? Not quite yet. I might be rushing it as Morris waited too long for a look on Town here. He's gonna work with Town now. Pushed by the 09. Morris is gonna be taking Town's spot at Cloud 9. Oh, that could have been bad into the corner. Town rubbing up against Bright. They don't wreck once again. I don't know how. That was the first lap once again. Now Morris used that as a huge position gain in that 55. And now looking back up to the leaders. Bergwald's unlapped himself. And now all the leaders once again basically single file. Murray's going to have his hands full as here comes Julio Caesar trying to take 6th spot away. And here's a promo real quick as pit stops are coming up after this race at the top of the hour next time by, hopefully, on the Toxic Fungi 13 channel. Tib Foster. Where is Tib running currently? 25th. Not a good day, but he has not had a lot of good runs so far this season. He's premiering a race, one of his great series. Make sure to check that out. But now, Preston Emmons and Eric Darnell running side by side. That is for the 3rd places. Remember, 2 lap cars up here leading us now. It is King and Delgado. Delgado thought about a late look, couldn't do it as Terrio was there. Terrio and Bergwald can't do anything about the lap cars, really. It's just a shame that they might affect the outcome of this race. But now, 3 wide possibly. It was Jacob Rose thinking about a look. Darnell clips the wall going into the corner, but now we should see pit stops. Down the track, the 39 and the 35. They're slowing up. We are going to see pit stops here on lap 45 of 60. Most of them coming down. Most of the field is in. And it should be another 4 tires and fuel. A full round service here. Full round of service, I should say, here at Michigan is now Cody Smart has his damage repaired on the back of that 66, looking all nice and dandy for his Breeze Sport Unlimited. Good at Camry, but everybody else in now. Coming down, do we have anybody really risking it and staying out even longer? It is the 28 of Zachary Bilson and the 27 of Yari Hamadi Hapalani. But guys, running 2 side by side, maybe even 3 wide off of pit road. Are we going to see incident? Hopefully not. Jacob Rose going to get turned up the track. Rose hard into the outside wall. Heavy damage to the side of the 86. Anybody else? Doesn't look like it. Thankfully, no one else getting turned in front of traffic. And now, where does everybody come out? Bergwald appears to be up to speed. Delgado and Hanley. Hanley, is he going to get more luck this season? It looks like he will. Looks like Delgado and Hanley going to be the ones cycling out to the race lead here at Michigan. They're going to go side by side. Caesar and King go side by side for 3rd. And they're going to go more side by side. This is for 5th. So all the guys running side by side, but all this is going to do is form a pack. Now, more guys coming off at pit road. Where are they? Where do they cycle out? Is Austin Murray going to cycle out to the lead? It's looking likely. It's looking likely. What can the 34 do? I think Austin Murray's going to cycle out to the lead. Fitzwater up into 2nd. Hanley 3rd. Delgado 4th. And now Duran could get a top 10 first of this season if she does. But now the ticker should reset this time as Jacob Rose back down trying to fix his damage on the number 86. A very, very tough break for a car that was running in the front early on. They go to work on Jacob, and now Austin Murray should be the race leader here. Wait, he scored third. No, I'm wrong. That's because the 28 and the 27 were still technically the leader. So Austin Murray, a huge run. Is that Trey Fisher up here? Is Fisher a lap down? Stuff is getting hard to tell, but there it is as we hit the 12 to go mark in the Mopar Michigan 500. It's going to be Austin Murray trying to break the 34 curse. Can he do it? Now we look back. There's Trey Fisher. He's still running 39. But Jacob Rose, a slow car. Is he going to hold up, guys? He's on the inside. They're going to have to do a good job of avoiding him, which it looks like they will. Yeah, Jacob Rose, Logan Bradley, two guys working together next season. They had tough luck this race. The 86 and the 81 have both been in the wall. Now they're going to go 4 wide. Look out. Emmons barely misses the 86. But outside of that, they've done a good job to avoid them now. A bunch of guys mixing it up back here. Eli Bright has fallen. He's down to 27th, so a tough debut for Eli. Where's Nathan Orman now that I think of it? Nathan Orman having a good run. He's 10th. Credit to Nathan Orman, man. And his one start here in the Cup Series, he's going to do good now. Delgado trying to get swallowed up 3 wide. Oh, man, they're going to run up close here, but all this battling's not going to do them any good as Austin Murray has a 3.34 second lead over Zachary Fitzwater, who's second. Matthew Town, third. And now Delgado trying to take third from Town. Can't quite do it. There's Patrick Smith, who likely is going to have the points lead after this, but I think the 38 had a really good stop. He's up to 14th, but as we look back, the rest of the guys, Caesar has fallen off from his stop. Foster's still down here in the 20s. Jacob Rose, 40th on track. Very, very tough day, but James Bush or Logan Cloud, two guys that were leading early on, really have fallen. No luck for them. Smart, 36th off the pace, but what can you do? Fitzwater is catching, but they're running out of laps. I don't think they're going to catch the 34 of Austin Murray, who probably to these fans, it looks like is a lap down, but he's not. He must have taken 2 tires or something. Logan Bradley, do not announce your sponsor in the middle of chat. We're not getting the sponsors yet, so don't do it. We're going to talk about it later. No sponsors yet. But last time by the 59 to 15 lost time, and now Town solidly out to second. Fitzwater third, and Darnell has his hands full. Dane Cruz, Patrick Smith trying to get up here. Those are the last cars on the top 5 or just outside it. They're not really catching that 34. I don't know if they will be able to or not, but now the 15 drafting up to the lap car of Trey Fisher should go by him no problem. Fitzwater kind of back off. He was the Ontario winner. But what can you do? A lot of these guys here. Zachary Bilson had a good stop as well. He's up into the top 10 of that 28 car. So, good run for him. Is now Carlone going to get underneath him for 8? Orman outside of the top 10. He's just trying to bring it on home in that number 5. Do one last look, flip through the field. King's fallen after leading coming into the pit cycle. It's 15th. Still a good run. Man, Logan Bradley, even with damage, is 26. So that 81, you see how strong of a car he had today. Clouds trying to get a top 30 or 31st. Still has a shot. But now Murray has navigated these 2 lappers, and it should be home free for the Canadian in his first ever NSDCA Excel Energy Cup Series start. And the first start of any kind in my 2 series. Next time by, he only has 4 laps left in that 34. We're gonna go out of the roof. Actually, nope, out of the roof of that 34. He tries to bring it home as an injury replacement here in the NXECS. Patrick Smith still has his fastest lap in the 35.828. This time at the line, Town still catching. Town is catching the 34 of Austin Murray. Will he be able to before the end of it? I don't think so, because he only shaved off a short amount of time. They might run out of laps, but now are the lap cars going to gang up on the rookie Austin Murray and try and get Matthew Town this win? Are they trying to get a Dodge win in the Mopar Michigan 500? We'll see about that. Now Murray up high. This is not going to do him any good as it's 2 to go. How much did Town close? He closed a lot. There's a chance for Matthew Town, but will he? We'll see. He needs a lot of help, but it's not really there behind him. Patrick Smith into the top 5, so is Darnell still there. Emmons and Jefferson having good runs. Dane Cruz, Austin Delgado having good days as well. But now, coming around to the white flag, Murray's on the high line, but Town is just too far back. But he's in the camera shot. There's a slight chance Murray would need to make a mistake here. Coming across the line. White flag is out. The Bush's baked beans, 1 to go. And Murray trying to put a lap car between him and Matthew Town. Town's underneath the second. He's got a chance. Can the 15 do it? He's there. He is closing. We're trying to see. Can Matthew Town do it? Down the back straightaway for the final time. Murray underneath Bergwald. Side by side. You've seen what they do when they close up. Town's got the run into 3. It's going to be close. It's going to be close coming out the corner. There's a big speed difference now. Matthew Town. He's going to turn underneath for 34. He will, but it's too late. Austin Murray is going to win the Mopar Michigan 500. If there was one more lap in this race, it would have been Matthew Towns. But Austin Murray, he played the pitch strategy perfectly. And in his first career start, will get his first career NXECS win. An incredible stat, and this may have just signed him off a full-time locked-in ride for next season. Oh my, holy moly, I'm shaking. Oh. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. That was incredible. Oh man. Town had just had the run and just had the run. He had the engine. Just couldn't do it. So Austin Murray will get the win for Hills Racing and breaking the 34 curse. The emotions are high. Teddy Curry cheering in the rehab facility. Sam Picard setting off the heart rate monitors in the ICU. But even with heartbreak for some, you just gotta say that that was a good race. Because I enjoyed it, even with no water for the last 20 laps. My voice is like dying, but that was really good. So now, oh my goodness. I think it's tradition I cough once a race. Austin Murray wins it over Matthew Town. Patrick Smith really going to gain in the points with a 3rd place finish. Darnell 4th. Emmons a good run in 5th. Fitzwater in 6th. Jefferson 7th. He really had a good day. Dominic Carlone, 8th, another top 10 for him. Dane Cruz, 9th for winning Talladega, and Austin Delgado, another top 10, albeit in 5th. Now Dragos King in 11th, Bilson 12th. Ormond in his one-off, 13th. Hanley, 14th. Perez, 15th. And other notables, Brandon Morris, 26th. Bradley, 28th. Logan Cloud, 27th. Further back, we look. Blind, 29th. Eli Bright, 32nd. Busher, 33rd. Mark, 35th. And Terry Bergwald did finish on the lead lap. Taylor Fry must have had issues as he was 6 laps down. Forgot what I named these races as. NXECS, okay. Big day here at Michigan for a lot of drivers. We'll get the victory screen right at the end, but now switch right over to our desktop view. Close out of everything that we got to deal with. Hit up yield score 4. In Michigan. I don't know if it matters. That would be Murray and Smarts. 84 degrees here in Michigan, although it was not run. If you want to say it was, I don't care about days. I just care about like weeks, you know, just to when Qualcomm runs and when it doesn't. So Austin Murray led 14 laps. No, that's not Cruz. Delgado led 15. King led 8. Bilson was able to lead 1. Morris 2. Cloud 1. Happelinen 1. Doesn't seem like everybody, but I guess it will be. Oh, yeah. Smith led 5. Darnell led 9. Files are generated. We're on desktop, right? Yep. So here are your standings after that. Patrick Smith nearly doubles his points lead. Actually increases it by just over 100. It's now a 228 point gap back to TJ Hanley, who's up to 2nd. Bergwald, even with a poor run, slips to 3rd. He's only 87 back, but he has his hands full as Carlone and Smith are both 6 points back on Nick Bergwald. Terrio falls to 6th. Jefferson. Jake Jefferson, highest running driver without a top 10. He has, no, highest running driver without a top 5. He has 6 top 10s. He currently sits 8th. Darnell able to get up 6. He's back into the top 10 of points. Eves down 5, and he's going to fall and fall and fall through those standings. He's not going to be making races. Fitzwater up 6th. Cruz up 5. And Matthew Town able gaining 11. A big jump. Morris up 2. Emmons up 7. Noah Robb falls 9 after he misses one race. Cloud, you're not going last. You stay 34th. Priest is down 7. He's going to finish probably last of the standings after the end of that. Delgado, poor Austin Delgado. He has 2 top 10s, 1 top 5. And he's just back there, 934 points back. But now, I'm going to address my apologies to Cody Smart because I just misspelled his poor name. Is Cody Snart. That's not good. Alright, victory screen. Grab a quick screenshot of that. And that is, that's gonna do it from Michigan. So thank you all for coming out to the Mopar Michigan 500. Now that we actually got into the race in, I had a really good time. Go see Tib if his video is posting or not. And yeah, even with probably about 5,000 dropped frames in total, it's done. See you next time.